Psalm 16. Preserve me, O God, for in you I put my trust. O my soul, you have said to the Lord, you are my Lord. My goodness is nothing apart from you. As for the saints who are on the earth, they are the excellent ones, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied who hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood I will not offer, nor take up their names on my lips. O Lord, you are the portion of my inheritance and my cup. You maintain my lot. The lines have fallen to me in pleasant places. Yes, I have a good inheritance. I will bless the Lord who has given me counsel. My heart also instructs me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoices. My flesh also will rest in hope. For you will not leave my soul in Sheol, nor will you allow your Holy One to see corruption. You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. I love this psalm, and I want to just encourage you that we have an inheritance in Jesus. He is our inheritance. And I'm also so thankful because we read in these verses that God delights in us, and in his presence we find life, we find fullness of joy, we find pleasures forevermore. And so may we always run to him. May we always hunger to spend time in his presence. May we always desire to be with him, because when we are, there is no greater joy. Psalm 17. Hear a just cause, O Lord. Attend to my cry. Give ear to my prayer, which is not from deceitful lips. Let my vindication come from your presence. Let your eyes look on the things that are upright. You have tested my heart. You have visited me in the night. You have tried me and have found nothing. I have purposed that my mouth shall not transgress concerning the works of men, but the word of your lips I have kept away from the paths of the destroyer. Uphold my steps in your paths, that my footsteps may not slip. I have called upon you, for you will hear me, O God. Incline your ear to me and hear my speech. Show your marvelous loving kindness by your right hand. O you who save those who trust in you from those who rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me under the shadow of your wings, from the wicked who oppress me, from the deadly enemies who surround me. They have closed up their fat hearts. With their mouths they speak proudly. They have now surrounded us in our steps. They have set their eyes crouching down to the earth. They have set their eyes crouching down to the earth, as a lion is eager to tear his prey, and like a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, confront him, cast him down, deliver my life from the wicked with your sword, with your hand from men, O Lord, from men of the world who have their portion in this life, and whose belly you fill with your hidden treasure. They are satisfied with children and leave the rest of their possession for their babes. As for me, I will see your face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake in your likeness. I want to just encourage you with a few things from Psalm 17 today. It says that you have visited me in the night. You have tried me and have found nothing. What a beautiful thing to have a clear conscience. And here's the thing. Jesus does that for us. Jesus cleanses our conscience. Jesus removes the guilt and the shame from the past. Jesus, his blood, has the power to bring that transformation. I have purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. There is life and death in the tongue. The tongue is powerful, and what we choose to speak is so crucial. And it also reveals what we believe. It also reveals our heart's condition. And so I have purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Have you purposed in your heart that you're not going to sin? Have you purposed in your heart that you're not going to speak evil? Have you purposed in your heart that you are going to speak in a way that aligns with God's word? I find that such an important reminder today, that how we speak is so important, and not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. Are we encouraging them? Are we discouraging them? Are we lifting someone up? Are we tearing someone down? And even when we think nobody is listening, nobody's watching, there are moments where people are watching, people are listening. And so may we always be careful with what comes out of our mouth, that it would bring him glory, that it would bring God glory. I love verse 8 that says, keep me as the apple of your eye. Did you know that you're the apple of God's eye? I find that so fascinating, and it leaves me in awe that I'm the apple of his eye. And I encourage you with that truth, child of God. You are the apple of his eye. Verse 15, as for me, I will see your face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake in your likeness. When I awake in your likeness. Because of Jesus, and because it is no longer I who lives, but Christ who lives in me. And because we have been fashioned and created in the image of God, we reflect him. We reflect his light, because we have light. We have love living inside of us. And so when people look at you, they see Jesus, or really they should. And so that's another question that I want you to meditate on today. Are you reflecting Jesus? Are you representing him well? Are you being his hands and his feet? Are you aware that it is his breath in your lungs, and he alone deserves all honor and glory and praise? Psalm 18. I will love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. The pangs of death surrounded me, and the floods of ungodliness made me afraid. The sorrows of Sheol surrounded me. The snares of death confronted me. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried out to my God. He heard my voice from his temple, and my cry came before him, even to his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of the hills also quaked and were shaken. Because he was angry, smoke went up from his nostrils, and devouring fire from his mouth. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down with darkness under his feet. And he rode upon the cherub and flew. He flew upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His canopy around him was dark waters, and thick clouds on the skies. From the brightness before him, his thick clouds passed with hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High shuddered his voice. Hailstones and coals of fire. He sent out his arrows and scattered the foe. lightnings in abundance, and he vanquished them. Then the channels of the sea were seen. The foundations of the world were uncovered at your rebuke, O Lord, at the blast of the breath of your nostrils. He sent from above. He took me. He drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, from those who hated me, for they were too strong for me. They confronted me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my support. He also brought me out into a broad place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands. He has recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. I was also blameless before him, and I kept myself from my iniquity. Therefore, the Lord has recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his sight. With a merciful, you will show yourself merciful. With a blameless man, you will show yourself blameless. With the pure, you will show yourself pure. And with the devious, you will show yourself shrewd. For you will save the humble people, but you will bring down haughty looks. For you will light my lamp. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness, for by you I can run against a troop. By my God I can leap over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is proven. He is a shield to all who trust in him. For who is God except the Lord? And who is a rock except our God? It is God who arms me with strength and makes my way perfect. He makes my feet like the feet of deer and sets me on my high places. He teaches my hands to make war, so that my arms can bend a bow of bronze. You have also given me the shield of your salvation. Your right hand has held me up. Your gentleness has made me great. You enlarged my path under me, so my feet did not slip. I have pursued my enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn back again till they were destroyed. I have wounded them so that they could not rise. They have fallen under my feet, for you have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued under me those who rose up against me. You have also given me the necks of my enemies, so that I destroyed those who hated me. They cried out, but there was none to save, even to the Lord, but he did not answer them. Then I beat them as fine as the dust before the wind. I cast them out like dirt in the streets. You have delivered me from the strivings of the people. You have made me the head of the nations. A people I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they obey me. The foreigners submit to me. The foreigners fade away and come frightened from their hideouts. The Lord lives. Blessed be my rock. Let the God of my salvation be exalted. It is God who avenges me and subdues the peoples under me. He delivers me from my enemies. You also lift me up above those who rise against me. You have delivered me from the violent man. Therefore I will give thanks to you, O Lord, among the Gentiles, and sing praises to your name. Great deliverance he gives to his king, and shows mercy to his anointed, to David and his descendants forevermore. Woo! Okay, so I pray that Psalm has encouraged you. I know it was longer than the past ones, but there's so much in there that I feel like we need to touch upon. And of course, this isn't going to be exhaustive, and I encourage you to do your own studies. I encourage you to go back and listen again and meditate on the Psalm. But there's two things to do in times of distress that is mentioned in this psalm. The first is to pray, is to call upon the name of the Lord. Call upon the Lord. When you're in worry, when you're in distress, when you're not sure what to do, call upon the Lord. And the second thing, it's be desperate. Cry out to God. Show him that you are relying and depending on him, because truly we have to depend on him. We can't do it in our own strength. In fact, we'll get into it shortly, but he gives us strength. He arms us with strength. And so if you're in that season right now and you feel like the world is crumbling around you, child of God, call out to God in desperation, because when we do, he can't help but answer. He can't help but show up. He can't help but extend an arm. And child of God, you also need to know that he's listening. He's listening when you pray. He's listening when you cry out to him. He's listening when you whisper to him. He knows your thoughts. And so continue to have a conversation with him. Continue to ask him to lead your steps and to show up in your situation, because I believe he is ready to do that. It says he delivered me because he delighted in me. That is the result of going to the Lord, of seeking the Lord, of crying out to him. The Lord delivers. The Lord saves. The Lord delights in us. And when we show him that we are going to him as our good Father, what father wouldn't want to help their child? Oh, it says you will save the humble people. Are you humble? Are you humble? Think about that today. As for God, his way is perfect. His word has been proven. His word has been proven. Not one of his words has ever failed. His word never returns void. It always accomplishes what it was sent out to do. He's faithful, and he's a shield to all who put their trust in him. And so here's a reminder to put your trust in him when it doesn't make sense, even when you've been waiting for something for so long. Put your trust in him when you feel like there's so many different feelings and emotions bubbling within you. May that be your declaration. No, I will choose to put my trust in the Lord, for God arms me with strength and makes my way perfect. See, God doesn't leave us to fend for ourselves. He doesn't just, leave us. No, he gives us strength. He leads our feet in which direction we should go. But are we listening? Are we allowing him to strengthen us? Are we allowing him by spending time in his presence? Because in his presence there is joy, and the joy of the Lord is our strength. And so you see, all of these things are connected, and we have to have this intimate relationship with the Lord. We don't know it all. I don't know it all. And there's so much that I still need to learn and grow in. But every day is a journey with Jesus. Every day our posture should be, God, I want more of you. Holy Spirit, help me to tap into that supernatural joy, which leads to strength, which leads to so much more. It is God who avenges me and subdues the people under me. He delivers me from my enemies. Maybe you've got some enemies today. Maybe there's some hateful people that are standing before you. Well, I want to encourage you that you don't even have to defend yourself, because he does that for you. He will avenge you. He will defend you as you put your trust in him, as you love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, with all your might. Therefore, I will give thanks to you, O Lord. That is so powerful. Thanksgiving is so powerful. In the storm, thank him for what he's done. In the highs, in the lows, be thankful, be grateful. And as we develop this habit of thankfulness, and we're constantly being reminded of what God has already done, and it gives us faith. for the present, for what he's going to do. It gives us faith that he's going to come through in our current situation and circumstance. So, child of God, I pray that you've been encouraged.